plaintiff, Kelly Hubert, says years ago her father dated the defendant's mother, and they became friends. Kelly claims CPS was called on the defendant after she left her 1-year-old daughter alone in a car, and she's suing her today for stolen money and emotional distress. Defendant Triana Stokely says Kelly is no angel, and she can't believe that Kelly is trying to throw her under the bus like she's some kind of horrible person. Triana is countersuing for defamation of character.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Okay, my name is Kelly Hubert. I'm 30 years old. I'm from the east side of Chicago. I've been knowing the defendant, Triana Stokely, since she was about 5 years old. I was raised by a single father. My father used to date her mother. Okay. It came a point in time where her mother wasn't working anymore. My dad took in her mother and her other 2 siblings, and he took care of all 3 of them as well.
And where at in Chicago?
Well, where we were living when we were children was on 92nd and Harper, which is a block off Stony, which is also a gang.
I know it's a tough area. Yeah. That's why I was trying to give some props to your dad.
Yeah.
Doing all that in such a gang-ridden, tough area. Good. Being responsible. You know, there's a stereotype that all black men living in the hood abandon their children, aren't providers, and all are criminals. There's a stereotype that exists that some people buy into. That's why I wanted to go back and tap into that. But your dad stepped up and took, as opposed to a lot of other dads might have shirked that responsibility.
Absolutely.
Particularly with girls.
Yes.
I'm still trying to figure out what to say to my daughters.
Yes.
You know, just never had a sister and didn't spend a lot of time with my mom, so I don't know a whole lot about raising girls.
Yes.
I did my best, and that's probably what your dad has done his best, and it appears it's good enough.
Yes.
All right. In terms of your professionalism, you seem educated and well-spoken. That's
absolutely.
What I'm talking
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. You give me some background on yourself.
Well, as she stated, I've known her for a long time, and my mom was the fiance of her father. And we lost contact for a couple of years or so, and then we just basically rekindled our relationship, like I'll say a year and a half ago, and I moved in with her, and that's how our relationship.
Do you all get along generally?
We got along somewhat, had a little conflict.
What's it like living with her?
It wasn't bad living with her. It was just like my means of communication were a little bit off. That's basically all. It wasn't.
All right. Well, that sounds like a good roommate arrangement. A lot of times we ask that question when he was nasty, didn't do anything, made noise all night, drank all day, didn't clean. You don't have any of those. Good. All right. You want to tell me more about your relationship?
Yes. So she came to live with me. Where she was residing with me, it wasn't that bad. I understand that she's younger than I am. I'm young myself. I'm 30. I had my first child at 16 years old. My dad was living. He told me, look, if you're going to be out here making babies, you're going to stay in school, you're going to keep them grades up, or you going to have to find you somewhere else to go. I'm not having it. And that's what I did. I graduated high school on time. I went to college for healthcare management. After I got done with that, in the meantime, when I was going for school with that, I picked up a trade in medical assistant. I started working for the state as well in the prior authorization department. That's where I'm at now. When she came to live with me, I inspired her to go back to school for medical assistant as well. So I can try to help her get on her feet, because living with me is not going to be permanent. We can't do that now. But I wanted to help her.
I don't think she intended to. Go ahead.
No, but I wanted to help her as much as I could. I helped her with take care of her daughter as well. I watched her daughter for her. A lot of times, even my kids help with watching her daughter as well. I picked her daughter up from daycare for her when she couldn't close. Never asked her for a penny. I told her about getting her credit fixed and everything. I tried to get her in tune with that as well. And then she had an incident with Child Protective Services with leaving her daughter in the car in January, her 1-year-old daughter in the car. Okay. I come home, she told me the lady from CPS wanted to talk to me. I vouched for her. I don't want to see your child going to the system, and said that she was a good mother. She's just young and she just needed a little guidance. Good. So I vouched for her for that, because I know she do love her daughter, but she's not responsible though. She needs to be more responsible, and I always got on her about that. Then come May 1st, April 30th, she went with one of her friends and the baby daddy, one of her friend baby daddies and another guy. They go to Wisconsin and they do some fraud out there in Wisconsin.
Fraud, you say?
Yeah, fraud, yeah.
But they was cracking cars, car cracking?
Or cashing fraudulent checks or something like that.
Car cracking?
No.
Go ahead.
So when she goes out there, we thinking that she kidnapped.
Credit card away, man.
That we thinking that she kidnapped and everything else. And they send the police to the girl house thinking that they got her in the house kidnapped. We didn't know where she was at. We found out they went on a high-speed chase out in Wisconsin and everything with the police for doing some type of car
Hold
cracking.
on to that. You the police. I'm gonna let the police hold on to my car. Blind con too, you can buy a house off of that. All right, go ahead.
So come June 4th, later on after that.
Look at her, she's shaking.
Come June 4th comes around, she sends me cash, one for $1,500, another one for $2,000. She didn't tell me she was sending, I just get the notification, the cha-ching on my phone. So I'm like, okay, somebody just sent me some money. I look, and so I'm like, why would she send me why did she send me some money? So she calls me, she say, hey, I just sent you some money. Can you send $2,000 to my friend? And the other $1,500 I want you to keep and hold. I said, why won't you just send the $2,000 to your friend yourself? She says to me, oh, I tried to send it to her, but it wasn't going through for some reason. So I said, listen, I don't know, I know they do a lot of fraudulent stuff with all these apps now. I said, if this is any type of fraudulent thing that's going on, I'm going to be on top of you about this, and I'm not playing. You know, I'm trying to get my grandmother's house. My grandmother, which is my dad's mother, she just passed. I cannot have my bank accounts being closed or anything. My son's birthday is the following month. I can't have any of that. I promise you, sis, I wouldn't do that to you, sis. I promise you. Okay, cool. The same day I sent her friend the $2,000, I hold the $1,500 for her. Over the course of about 3 weeks, this is June 4th, by July 2nd, I gave her the $1,500 she asked for, $500 here, $300 here, $500, $200, until the $1,500 was gone. July 2nd, you got your whole $1,500 back. So I have no more of your money. Mm-hmm. Confirmed this through text with her.
Let her tell me a little bit about what happened.
Okay.
Well, for one, I did inform her that before I sent the money, that I was letting her know that that was my money that I was sending her, and that was for her to hold until I let her know that I would be needing the money back.
Who taught you that game?
What game, Your Honor?
The hold the money game. Go ahead.
Well, I trusted her with my money, so I felt the need to send the money.
All right, go ahead. I'm not going to tell her what
I trusted her to hold the money.
I want you all to stay very close. So I'm not going to give it a game. Go ahead.
And it's true that I did ask her, can she send a friend of mine some money? And that's what she did.
Hold this, send it to him, and then you get it back. Got that. We know that.
But I know that I did inform her that she did.
A guy who happened to be from Nigeria tried that on. I know he did that a lot to people.
But
the game is to be sold,
just
not told.
happened to be. Not that many do from Nigeria, but this guy just happened to be. Go ahead.
But what I do not like is somebody trying to throw me under the bus like I'm a horrible person.
The man was manipulating you. I'll tell you that. I won't even blame you. Her man was manipulating her into that.
It was something.
Yeah,
because I was good to her.
What's your defense today in paying her?
Well, the $1,500 that was taken out of her account, I explained to her everything. I communicated with her throughout the whole ordeal. And I even gave her my $300 in the meantime of me waiting for the money to be processed onto my card so that I can give it back to her.
Hadn't been processed yet, has it?
Has not been processed.
What they say, years? How many years?
They claimed it was sent to a card that's not even linked to my account. I have a whole different other card that's been on my account for over a month, so I don't even see how they can even process the card. I even communicated with my bank as well. So.
What's your counterclaim? 2,000. How did she defame you?
Well, she's basically saying that I stole from her when I did not steal from her.
Who did she tell that to?
She told Facebook.
You got evidence? What should I look at?
Yes, on page.
And you say basically, so let's see what basically means to you.
Well, on page 21, I can't find the other post because it was deleted.
And that's about how you're acting. Like you're 21, your cousin here or god sister.
Yes, god sister.
You
yeah.
all, she is very responsible. I'm so proud of her, and she's mentoring you. And don't let this man manipulate you into crossing the person who shows you so much love and is helping to guide your life. I had a cousin who was 12 years older than me, I believe, and he helped get me out of jail, into my GED, into the college that he went to, and I think it worked out. And so his name is Addison Hines. I know, put some money away for him. Anytime I mention that story and mention his name, I got to throw him 1,000. So. All right, it's on the way, man.
And he doesn't let you forget
Don't
it
you do like that, all right? And don't charge her every time you tell the story of helping her become successful. But you got my point. You got a great young lady here. You all sound like you're doing great things, and you're on your way. Y'all just slow down on the drinking, the weed, and chasing men. Don't let those three things get in your way, all right? All right. Now, anyone know where I can go to file a lawsuit against someone who isn't? She didn't mention your name.
It was another.
She
post
said,
where
anyone know
mentioned
where I
my
can
name,
file a lawsuit?
But I couldn't find it because it was deleted, and she knew to delete.
Well, when you find it, bring it back.
When I found
He
it,
didn't train you well. You need a better con player. Let me send you to Detroit. Get some real training. You come with that weak game there. I got it, it is erased, and I can't find it. Come on now. You're supposed to say, there it is, Judge. And I said, I don't see it. And you're supposed to say, well, you lost it.
Okay. I'll do that.
it's gone, so there's no point.
I don't do that. The whole Facebook thing, that's all I asked on there. And people told
And
me.
you were right.
Yep.
I really admire you, young lady. I'm proud of you. Your emotional distress, however, is for what?
My emotional distress is because during the whole ordeal, she kept lying, saying that she didn't file a dispute against me, that it was. It's not going to pick me out of the 1 million customers that they have and say, hey, we're going to take your money today. We're going to take $1,500 from you. When she did that, I had to pay my rent. I was late on my rent. My son couldn't have his birthday party because of that. Even explained to her, Judge, in my messages that I can't even, I was going to go to the grocery store to buy food.
Well, she could also show you that I gave her my link card on that page.
That's all right. That ain't the issue. Okay. Says you filed a dispute with your bank. I just wanted my $1,500 back because my son cannot go without. My friend is about to buy the boys a pizza since now I'm broke. I have no money to feed them. You did put her in hardship, I'm convinced, and so therefore I am going to grant her the emotional distress along with the repayment of the money. You have to get your money from Cash App. You can't hold your debt up that you owe her based on what Cash App and the other banking institutions do with you. Bottom line, you owe her $1,500. You have to pay her $1,500. Good luck with you on this con player you hooked up with.
But what about
and
the money I gave
$1,000
her,
on
though?
emotional distress, and what else?
What about the $300 I gave her and my
You didn't sue for that. Counterclaim for defamation is dismissed. Had you sued for the $300, we could have discussed it. But you didn't sue for that. Stick with her instead of that con plan, half con plan. He slow con.
Yeah.
You got to pay it back. Who plays con and got to pay it back?
She act like she a good person.
You gotta
She
pay
not
back
a good
con
person.
man.
She with married men.
You gotta pay
she leave
back
her
con
sons
man.
in the
That's a
house
real
all the
con
time,
man.
Your Honor. She leave her sons in the
Judgment for
house
the plaintiff.
all the
Yours
time.
is dismissed,
You had
You
man.
sleep with married men, sweetheart.
Thousands of hundreds
And you
of dollars,
older
you
than me.
never gave
And you're
up.
older
You
than
never,
me.
you
And
never
know
got
I
a
said
dollar.
already because
And you know I don't play the asshole.
Don't try to act
I don't bring men around my
I'm not going to let y'all do this.
Leave your sons in the house all the time.
I'm not gonna let y'all do this. Y'all too close, and she's doing too much to enhance your life, and you need to stick with her, all right? Whatever you do, stick with her. My buddies that stuck with me, they're all right. Now, the ones that didn't, they in jail. All right, have a good
Thank
day.
you.
Judgment for the plaintiff.
No, I just want to tell her that, you know what? Anybody else off the streets that you would have did that to, they would have really put their hands on you. I never touched you. I never threatened to do nothing to you or nothing. I helped you take care of your daughter.
What you did?
I even offered to help you buy your baby a Power Wheel. And after you
You
spoke
didn't buy
to me,
nothing.
I
You
still-
claimed you bought a lot of stuff, but you never
I
bought
offered to
nothing.
help
At the end of the day,
I
you
offered to
lied.
help you. You ain't never did nothing.
Bye.
Half of the stuff I did for
Okay,
you.
bye.